Welcome to MetalVice in 666. I'm one of your hosts, Karen, joined with our other host,
Brian.
And what are we talking about today, Brian?
So we're going to do Record Store Day 2024. This is the spring release. They do 2 a year typically, spring and fall, Black Friday being the fall. But this is the spring release. We're going to go over the list that was released, at least the items on the list that jumped out to us.
Yes, yeah.
So we're going to talk a little bit about that and just the Record Store Day in general. So we'll start the timer and dive right in. Okay, so yeah, as I said, Record Store Day comes out twice a year. In 2020, they did like multiple drops. I think even in 2021, they did multiple drops. Where it was
more than 2 times?
a couple of, it was, the list was split up over several months. So you would go like once a month and there'd be like, here's the 40 items we have for you to pick up.
That's probably to keep people from standing in line.
Exactly.
And stuff.
Exactly. But now that COVID is over and done with, we don't have to worry about COVID ever again.
It's absolutely gone. Nobody ever gets COVID again.
We're back to normal, and the normal is Record Store Day is spring and typically April-ish time frame, and then Black Friday, they have a list that they release as well. This is that we're going to go over is the April 20th release 2024. 420, yes. And mainly we look for metal as our main podcast is, and like our main genre of music that we care about is metal. So it's like what we go through and we look forward to the most. There's definitely shit we miss all the time.
Oh, yeah. Like last year, we missed Slaughter to Prevail on the list,
yes.
And we happened to see it at another record store, and I was like, how did we miss this?
Right. So we're going to go over the list. We're not going to go through every item. We're just going to go through the ones that jumped out at us and the ones that we're at this moment in time. We're recording this on February 19th, which is like a handful of days after the list was actually released.
Yeah.
But these are the ones that jumped out to us. We're going to go through this list. I am going to go through this list several times, maybe several times a week, and just look at them like, oh, I want that. I want that.
You love looking at them.
I love looking at it. Yeah. Because also you get a lot of special pressings, like variants and whatnot, like colors and whatnot you can get. So let's just start going through what jumped out to us. And the first one is Slaughter of the Soul at the Gates.
Yes.
We're going to see them on the boat this year, so that's sort of why it jumped out to me. I honestly haven't listened to a lot of At the Gates yet.
No, I listened to a few songs after we talked to a guy at Metallica about it.
In Detroit, yeah.
In Detroit, yeah.
Same thing. I listened to that same album as well. I don't think this is that album, but definitely something I'm interested in. And it's like, oh, what the fuck? Let's check it out.
Add it to the list. Yeah.
Add it to the list. So that was the first one that we picked up and I put on our list of like, let's take a look at. And again, these are what jumped out at us. We've already like whittled this list down quite a bit.
We have,
It's going to change a little bit, I think, between now and when we finally pick up.
Budget-wise.
Exactly. That's why it's been dwindled down. It's like, all right, let's cut this, yada, yada. Next on the list, Enslaved with, what is that?
Oh my gosh. Vikingler Vildi?
Yeah.
That was not right, but close enough.
Another Record Store Day album coming out, 1,250 quantity pressings of this. Another band I've never actually listened to that often or that like very rarely.
Yeah.
But it's a metal album that's going to be on Record Store Day. I want to check it out. Let's pick it up sort of thing. Does it come with a special pressing? It doesn't say anything about that. Sometimes they'll show like a little information around the album, like what the pressing is going to look like and whatnot. There. Anywho, next one. The Who has a live at Glastonbury album that's coming out. Right, that's how you say that.
Glastonbury?
Glastonbury? Yeah, I may have fucked it up. Sorry.
That's okay. I may have fucked it up.
Another LP that's coming out. It comes with a tour poster, printed inner sleeve, and standard color vinyl, which I'm guessing is black. Probably. Would be my guess for standard color.
I don't really care about any of that stuff. I'm more just the album, and I think their live album would be really cool.
I think the live albums are definitely cool, and we talked about this before. Like live albums are a great way to like get into a band if you're not really into the band but you like the band decent enough. A live album's like a best of hit basically. Yeah. We do like the Who a lot, so I mean, and their live show is awesome in general. So this is going to be a great pickup, I think. I don't think this one will get cut. The previous two possibly. Yeah,
the first two we might just budget wise. Yep. We might have to cut those.
And the other thing with Record Store Day is some albums for Record Store Day, that particular pressing will be extremely expensive if you don't pick it up that day. Secondary market prices go way the fuck up. However, most of the shit we buy, the value of those records go way down.
Yeah, you can find them secondhand or later at a discounted price.
Exactly. And if they come out with different pressings later on, like within the next year or two, those different pressings will be cheaper as well, or they'll be cooler where it's going to be a different sort of splatter. So it's like, I'd rather spend the same amount of money to get a splatter than this particular limited edition, quote unquote, record store day.
Right.
Record store day is just an excuse for me to go out and actually buy physical media, which,
Yeah. We do anyways.
I don't need that, but this is like, all right, I'm definitely going to go do it this day and pick a bunch of shit up. Next is pigs. Yes. 7 pigs.
Yeah. So I had seen an ad for this band on my Instagram and then when I saw this, I was like, hey, I think I saw that. And then you played a song and you were like, I like that.
40 seconds of a song. I'm like, fuck it. I'm picking this up. I like it. I don't think we're cutting this. It's a live album too. I'm going to enjoy this a lot, I think.
I don't know anything about that band. I just know that I saw an ad for it.
The next one is Corey Taylor's To Be or Not To Be album. I'm excited for this.
I am excited.
B-sides. I love when artists produce B-sides where it's like, these could have been on an album, but they weren't because they just didn't quite hit the muster. I love the concept of that sort of style of a release. And that's what this is. I love Corey Taylor. There's a lot of covers on here. I'm super fucking excited for this.
I'm excited for this one too.
Definitely one I'm picking up either at Record Store Day or I'll buy it on the secondary for sure. Next is Even More Dazed and Confused from the motion picture. Soundtrack for Dazed and Confused.
Yep. So we are going through and trying to record episodes about all our albums, and we do have a good chunk of soundtrack albums.
We do, yeah. We have a whole section of that.
Yeah.
So we do like soundtracks. I love soundtracks, especially if they're really good and sort of well mixed. Dazed and Confused is probably one of the greatest soundtracks in movie history. Like, it's one of my favorite movie soundtracks of all time. It's so fucking good. The movie's so great, but then the music backing it is just, oh my God, it's so fucking awesome. Great look into the 70s for sure.
Yeah.
Next is another album, Spawn. I love Spawn. Like, that was my intro into comic books, was Spawn and that sort of culture, I guess, now. I fucking want this album. I've never actually listened to it. I've heard a lot of people say great things about it. I want this album now so bad. Just because it's Spawn, honestly. Like, I'm buying this album regardless. Next, we have Lily Allen. It's Not Me, It's Not You.
No, it's not me, it's you.
Oh, sorry.
It's you.
British pop. I love this. We're at time.
Okay, stop talking.
I might not actually pick this up as a picture disc. I hate picture discs. You can get it for like $20 on vinyl, and I do have it on like my wish list on Discogs. So I might just pick that up because this mainly is a picture disc, and I honestly fucking hate picture discs. 3 more real quick, just getting through those. Apocalyptica. Worlds Collide. This is the one with Corey Taylor, and It's Not Me. No, I'm Not Jesus, and I Don't Care. The two main sort of songs
I like both those songs, so...
This is a great album. I've listened to it several times on Spotify, and when they play this live, we've seen them live once, and they play a few songs, not a lot of songs from this album, but when they do, it's like, oh fuck, I love that song. Yeah. This was the first album too that I remember hearing them on the radio, and that's sort of my introduction to them. Yeah. So that's probably one that's not getting nixed. Next we have In This Moment. You just want this because the cover.
I love the cover. I love the gray with the city in the background and then the blue on the tree. I don't know. The art of the cover is amazing.
And we talked a lot about this during our vinyl sort of podcasts that we're doing. They probably haven't been released by the time this came out, but we'll release them sometime where we're going through our vinyl collection. I love colored vinyl. I love when an album can be pressed in a color that suits the vinyl, like the cover art and whatnot. And the vinyl is a blue, which ties in with that blue. Yeah. Really cool if it was a blue and gray splatter.
Oh, that would be cool.
That would fit really well. But I like that sort of combination of those two together.
This one I have to say, if we have to cut it for a budget, I understand. But I would like to try to pick it up at some point.
Yep.
Just on Record Store Day.
Right.
We might have to cut it.
And again, who knows? Maybe a year from now it will be re-released if we don't pick it up and put it on like our wish list as that gray and blue splatter, which would be much cooler in my opinion.
They're obviously listening to this, and
of course they are.
They'll know that we want blue and gray splatter.
Yep. The final one so far is Voivod. Another one where I know of this band because Jason left Metallica to join Voivod for a short stint. Yep. Listen to their music a little bit from time to time over the history, But another time when this came out, it's like, oh shit, Voivod. I somewhat kind of forgot about them. Played it again for you, and you're like, not really my thing. But I'm like, I fucking love this.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
So another one I don't think will get cut. But I mean, we missed a lot. That's the end of our list.
Yeah, we already cut a lot. I don't remember everything that we cut.
I think Enslaved had something on there.
We already have Enslaved up there.
Did we? I thought there was some.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe not. There's a few other metal ones. Dio's on there a few
Dio's
times.
always on there.
Dio is. He has picture discs and it looks like a regular disc as well.
Yeah. There's quite a few. We don't have to. I mean, it's a long page. But yeah, we had quite a few more that we had pinned to get, and then we have already went through the list once.
Yeah. So this
Motley
list,
Crue's on there.
Yeah, Motley Crue.
Motorhead.
This list is we went through the first time and like that looks cool, that looks cool, that looks cool, and basically added them in new tabs, and then we went through and deleted the ones we don't think we like.
Not as much. Yeah.
We need to cut this down for budget. Let's get it down to just a handful that we want to pick up. Again, like I said, I'm going to look through this like 8 times a week from now till April 20th, adding and subtracting albums, and like an album will get added a lot and removed a lot, but there's a lot on there, and again, a lot of shit that we didn't pick up. That there's a decent amount of metal this time. Sometimes there's not as much metal, but I think this time this released is a decent amount of metal.
Yeah. We might have to do an episode of what we actually buy.
Yeah, we
after.
should.
So, anyways.
In any case, go out and buy physical music or just music in general.
Yeah, buy the music. Yep.
Streaming, physical media, whatever it is, go out, pick your artists that you love, and support those artists by buying their music. It's a great way to support them, and it's fucking music. Music's awesome, so listen to the shit out of it.
Yep. Bye.